There he is, there he is. He hit it. There he goes, there he goes. Yes, yes. There he is. I just had the best day of native trout fishing I've ever had. No idea how many I caught. So if you like that kind of fishing, if you like streams like this, stick around because you're gonna love the video. It opens up once I climb through this. I should be able to get into some open water. Yeah, here we go. Nice looking hole here and here both. I think I'm going to tie up right here. Now this is a one-weight graphite rod that I bought. If you watch my channel, you know normally for native trout I use a fiberglass rod made by Moonlit. I decided to try this graphite rod. I'd seen some issues hooking up with a fiberglass rod. It seemed like it didn't have enough backbone to really set the hook. So I'm gonna try this. And my buddy Matt over at Savage Flies, he uses a graphite rod, and so I thought I'd give it a go. This will be really my first time out with it. Let's see if I notice a difference. There he is, there he is. Yes, that's a good one, that's a good one. All right, calm down, calm down. There we go. Yes. I threw in that still water. Not really expecting one, but not wanting to spook one if there's one laying there. And there, he come out and slammed it. All right. Some pictures of this guy. Whoa. What a beauty. What a beauty. Beautiful hole. I have to spook him out of it. There it is. Great, great. Native, let's go. Let's go. All right. He slammed it. Kind of surprised me. It looked a little bigger than he hit than he is. That's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. All right. Let's go. That's two. Look at this setting too. Woo, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous down in here. There he is, there he is. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. That's three. Within sight of one another. They are just absolutely slamming this black stonefly. I think he's already thrown the hook. Yeah. I mashed the barbs down so that they're easy to release. Look at that. Little, he's the smallest one, but beautiful coloring. Beautiful coloring. Look at the barred fin. Wow. Okay. All right. You know, I usually have better luck in shaded holes, but I've been here maybe twice before, and both times, now the third, I've caught fish right there under that log pointed towards me. So I know they like the shade, but for whatever reason, that spot right there holds fish. All right, let me get a release. Still early, but so far I think I like this graphite rod over the glass. One thing I like about it is it's a little stiffer, so it makes bow and arrow casting a lot easier. There he is. There he is. Let's go. Got him. Let's go. All right. And that's, again, why I like that rod a little better. I was able to shoot it way back underneath that rock and get to this guy. Just throwing the hook already. And get to that guy. Let's go. My hookup rate seems to be much higher too. Look at that guy. Look at that belly. Look at those white fins, the barred fin. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Let's go. The last time I was here, I remember now, this was a much larger log jam. And I was up on top fishing the hole on the other side, and I fell straight backwards down into this hole and broke my rod. I had a Graze 3-weight. I broke it in about 3 places. Fortunately, it's the only thing I broke. But I forgot about that till I was standing right here. First and so far, only rod I've ever broken. But it was a couple pine trees that had fallen, and they were just turning brittle, and just wasn't paying attention. There he is. Oh, nice strike, but he was on and off before I even pulled the trigger. There he is. Couldn't tell if it's a bite or not, but boy, it felt like one. Yep. That's a bite. Come here, come here. There we go. Yes, that was a bite. He hit it the second time. Oh, that's a beauty. That's an absolute beauty. That's an absolute beauty. Come here. There you go. Look at that. What a beauty. Look at those fins. Beautiful. All right. These big under log holes are, you know, they hold trout, but they are so hard to fish because you can't really get a good feel for when they bite. They're basically just dipping and jigging, and yeah, it's hard to know when you've got one on, when you're just hung up on some of the rocks. There he is. Well, I say that, and then I feel him right off. I think I just got fortunate that he hit it so hard that there was no hook set required. Right. Let's see, here you go, little guy. He threw the hook. Where you at? Come here. Let me show you to the folks. That beauty. Let's go. There he is. I didn't really expect anything there. I was just kind of hitting this little stray stretch. Sure enough, there's one laying in there. I tell you, I have had a incredible day. I don't remember there being this many trout in this stream 2 years ago when I was here last. Seems like they're in every hole. They're everywhere. It's a smaller one, but still. Man. Let him throw that. It's it's been a while since I've had a day like this with native trout. Seems like every hole there's at least one in. I get a bite. You know, I've missed a couple I didn't hook up with, but I think overall my hookup rate is much better with this graphite rod. I like that fiberglass rod. It feels great, casts fantastic, even long distances. But my hookup rate on these smaller trout, where they don't have much mass, it's just pretty low, and I was getting pretty frustrated, which is why I tried this. So Matt from 5th Day Fly Fishing, if you're watching this, absolutely give the graphite a try. My hookup rate is going way up on these smaller fish. There we go. I tell you, if they're going to hit it, they're going to hit on the first cast. This is by far the smallest one I've caught today. Just a little guy. Wow. Just a little guy. There we go. I can tell I'm getting up against the mountain. The holes are getting a little deeper, a little more like plunge pools. The gradient of the stream is really picking up. There he is. That's a good one there. That's a good one there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come here. Look at that. Let's go. Now, I've been catching all my fish today on this black stonefly with the orange head, and I always like to put a tiny little bit of pink, I don't know what you call that, it's like squirmy wormy on the tail. But when you come to a hole like this, it just screams try dry fly. And I've seen a lot of flying bugs as I've topped this hill and gotten to the sun, so I'm going to give it a go. No idea if they're hitting top water. I haven't seen one yet do it. But if there's going to be a hole where they are, it's likely this one. Let's just see what we can do here. And I haven't really casted this pole very far yet, so it'll be fun to see if I can lay one out there. Not bad. Not bad. Not a great drift, but it did land about where I wanted. There we go. Imagine if one hits that. Oh my gosh. I'll go nuts. This pole casts incredible. There he is. There he is. He hit it. It's a tiny native, but he did hit the dry. Oh my goodness. Get my hand wet here. Oh my goodness. Tiny little native. Hit a black gnat with a little bit of orange on it. Wow. First dry of the year. Let's go. Let's go. I know I've talked about them many times before, but these Backcountry Skinz neoprene wading socks are absolutely perfect for this kind of fishing. You're going to get wet. I mean, you have to get wet because a lot of times you're just walking up through the center of the stream, but you don't want to wear waders. You'll burn up, and you know, it kind of limits your mobility too. I don't care how light or big the waders are. They're not going to beat a pair of pants. So, big fan of these. I'll link them in the description. You got to go check them out. There he is. There he is. Some nicer fish. All right. Let's go. Let's go. It's just so hard for me to believe there's fish up this high. I mean, they'll swim up this far. They're just basically in pockets. Beautiful big guy there. All right. Oh, turned him and lost him. Darn. Darn, that was a good fish too. Ah, I rolled him over. He was way back in there. Way back in there. There he is. That's a better hook set. Better hook set. I don't think this is the same one, but it's about the same size. Let's go. Let's go. I was going to be pretty disappointed if I didn't catch one there. A great hole. Got to be a few trout landing there. There we go. I've pushed up above the waterfall, and it is getting thick in here. You can see it's super steep now. A lot of big rocks. But there's still plenty of water. There's a nice hole here. That's a good fish. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Blows my mind there's still trout up here above that big waterfall. There must be plenty of water up here for them to be up this high. Right. He's dark. Beautiful. All right, let me get a release video of him. A beautiful dark fish. There he is. Yes, not very big. But still, hard to believe there are still fish up here. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful little guy. I'm not sure if I talked about this earlier, but the rod that I'm using today is a 0/1 weight Aventik Riverbend 6-foot 1-inch graphite rod. It's just an Amazon special. I had struggled with hookups and losing fish with the glass rod, the moonlit rod, and so I noticed that Matt O'Neill of Savage Flies, he uses a graphite rod. He's got a nice one from Fly Shack. This is just an Amazon special, but I wanted to try it out and see if I noticed any difference. And I'm telling you, I've noticed a difference. I have lost fish today, certainly, but I have caught and landed more than I've lost. And you know, you're going to lose fish when you're using barbless hooks and you're fishing for small natives. But the fish that I have hooked up, I haven't lost. They've stayed on the net, and I think the glass rod just doesn't have enough backbone. There we go. You know, even the small ones, and that was where I struggled the most. It's like if they were small, there was no chance I was hooking up. There just was no chance I was hooking up. And the small ones, you know, they don't have a lot of weight to them, so it was super easy to get a weak hook set. But I'm hooking fish that small, that size now. All right, there he goes. Yeah, I think I'm sticking with this graphite rod from now on. Better one. There we go. Better fish. All right. I don't know how these fish can live up here above these waterfalls like this. They're just in these little plunge pools. There we go. Let's go. Again, they're not big. There are a lot of them. Beautiful. Beautiful. There he goes, there he goes. Yes. Yes. And not a terrible one either. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. And that is going to be it. I'm gonna call it on that fish. Good hookup. Chuck it out there, buddy. Good fish. Beautiful brook. I'm gonna call it right there. Start heading back. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna call it on that one. I've had one of the best native trout days I've ever had. I have no idea how many trout I caught. I'll have to look at the video and count them up. And they were, I mean, they weren't big, but I had a couple in there that were good sizes, especially for the creeks that I fish around me. Anyway, love the Graphite rod. As always, love the Backcountry Skinz. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.